Here we go.
I've been really excited for Wolfman for a while now, ever since Ryan Gosling was attached to originally be the lead, then of course dropped out of the role, and then we got Christopher Abbott replacing him, who isn't nearly to the level of Ryan Gosling, but he's still a damn good actor. But let's be honest, who's to the level of Ryan Gosling? The idea of Universal trying to reboot their monster universe is an idea that I think is very welcomed for me. Taking them with a more grounded approach, I'm all in for that. It really worked for The Invisible Man. You now have Leigh returning to do Wolfman, and I thought this was great. It serves as a chamber piece, a body horror movie, and just a heartbreaking tale of a family falling apart. Going back to the point of it being grounded, this movie has a small setup. It's simple. You have a couple trying to bring some magic back to their relationship, and they have a daughter. They go out to a cabin in the woods, and they encounter a creature who may or may not be a wolfman. And then from there, you just have a thrilling movie that's very tight. And it's tight enough to the point that I felt satisfied with my experience, no doubt. Because most of the movie is just tied to this one house, it really doesn't have a lot of slow time. But even when it does have moments that are more slow and not as quick or edge of your seat type stuff, the moments kind of just break your heart because, like I said, you're seeing a family fall apart. The really compelling idea at the core here is you have Christopher Abbott, who obviously, it's not a spoiler, he is slowly turning into a wolf. He gets infected of sorts, and the idea of you have a father, and the typical stereotype is that this is the person that is guarding the family, keeping everyone safe, and making sure no harm is done to them. What happens if he becomes the thing that your family is fearing and the thing putting your family in danger? The setup is there, and the movie really just executed that very well. One of the most cool effects of the movie, and something that surprised me, it's either going to work for you or not going to work for you. Once things start to get going, you see the perspective of the wolf and just a human. And the interesting thing is that I wasn't expecting to kind of be put in the shoes of the wolf, and how would the wolf now start to understand English? Does it understand English? Can it understand what people around him are trying to say? It's heightened senses. There's a really great scene where as he's starting to transform, if you will, he starts to hear something and he's trying to figure out what is that noise. And I won't get into spoilers, but it just played out so well, and you're just like, wow, like I can't believe that's what it was. And the sound design is just excellent. It's just very effective, and I also liked how much of a body horror movie this was. That was a welcome surprise once again. The practical effects are superb. When you can use your practical effects in your lower budget to its advantage, you can make something really special, and I think that's the case with Wolfman. I was wincing at some scenes. You obviously just have a person whose body is kind of like morphing into something else, and so there's a lot there. I also think that the performances are just superb. Christopher Abbott, as he's slowly turning, the eyes really just go a long way. His work in just his eyes, he can really convey a lot, and when an actor can do that without really telling you what they're feeling, you kind of just can see their expression on their face. I think that just goes to show you how powerful an actor is. Julia Garner as his wife and Matilda Firth as his daughter. Everyone does a really good job, and you can see how nervous and scared that they are watching their loved one just slowly losing himself. And it's a scary idea, but as sad as it is, I think we can all relate to the fact that, not in the most fantastical way as this movie, but we see people, our loved ones especially, slowly start to, maybe as they get older, or for whatever reason it may be, they just start to lose themselves and who they are. They can't really control it, but I really liked how the movie just hones in on, even though they might not look like what they used to on the outside, or their brain might not be what it used to be, deep down these are the people that you still love, and they might have to go searching for it a little bit, but they are the people that you remember them to be. There's a key father-daughter aspect between the characters there, where they have a line that they repeat to themselves and each other, and it really shows the importance of their relationship, and it comes into play later on, and it just kind of feels like a gut punch. I think the only thing that kind of holds it back is that the jump scares, for the most part, were fairly predictable. Like, I knew kind of when there was going to be a big jump moment. But jump scares are really hard to pull off, and not all of them in this movie are predictable. There was just a majority of them. And there's also like a twist of sorts, although it's not the biggest deal, and it's something that you kind of just honestly could forget about after watching the movie. It ultimately felt predictable, and I thought they were going to go somewhere else even farther with it, but I'm glad they didn't. But overall, I just think that Leigh Whannell brought the goods with Wolfman. It continued to be an emotional movie throughout, and one that had me on the edge of my seat and hooked throughout the entire movie. On many levels, it just serves as a really effective horror movie. I'm going to give Wolfman a B+, and I would recommend going to see this one in a theater. Especially with the amount of dark, literally dim moments in the movie. Seeing it in a theater and having this collective experience where you can all be scared and feeling so many emotions. That's why I think this movie is one that you should definitely go seek out. It delivers on the goods, and I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. Be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you have an effective body horror movie that you'd like to recommend to me or anyone else, just let me know. I haven't seen enough body horror movies, and I would like to hear more recommendations. Thank you so much for watching this video, and look forward to more content coming soon. My name is Ben, people call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.